Hello tender hearts, how are you? Today we're going to paint a few spreads in my sketchbook. You may have seen last week that I already uploaded a video with these artworks. That was a really long, hour-long ASMR-esque paint scratches, pencil scribble sounding artwork. But today I thought I'd share a shorter version of the video with you with a little bit of a chat behind why I made them and how I made them and how they made me feel. And yeah. So I am a huge animal lover. I have grown up with dogs. We had 3 Basenjis as kids and a Whippet cross, who knows, Bull Terrier maybe, thing. And another Whippet, and obviously now I have a couple of rescue greyhounds after fostering many greyhounds. So dogs and animals, we had cats as well, had Devon Rexes, Cornish Rexes, Siamese and bits and bobs. So yeah, I am a big animal lover. I have always grown up with animals and they've always been a huge part of my identity, my comfort, my passion. And I wanted to sort of pay tribute to some of my older pets that I still love and I still miss, and I'll always love and I'll always miss. Even though I was a kid when we said goodbye to most of them, they were still really important to me. So these paintings, let's start with how I made them, what they're made of, materials, all that kind of stuff. So the sketchbook I use is a Noble notebook, plain paper. The paper is really thin. It's slightly ivory white, creamy off-white, really smooth, really beautiful paper to write on and to draw on and to use ink, like brush pen ink on. Not necessarily made for wet media, but that's one thing that I don't really care about. I really like the crunch. I really like seeing what happens and making like happy accidents and trying to figure out how to fix them or turn them into something that I'm happy with. So the mediums I use are Holbein acrylic gouache and Prismacolor pencil. My brushes are just a soft synthetic, nothing fancy. I don't even know the brand name of the main ones I was using. I just sort of use whatever brushes I have access to or that I can afford. I've been really loving Holbein acrylic gouache. I think it is so fun. The texture is beautiful, gouache-like texture, which I love. That sort of chalky, buttery look and feel. But it acts like acrylic paint, so which means that you can layer, let it dry and layer and it won't reactivate, which is really fun because I really like layering in my paintings. I sort of start at a loose base and sort of like carve in and chip away, and finally an artwork evolves. So acrylic gouache has been really fun for that. And Prismacolors are also amazing. They're super pigmented and they've also got this butteriness. They layer really well. They're opaque mostly, and I just love using them. I think they're just ace. What prompted me to make this small collection in my sketchbook of pictures of my dogs from childhood and cats from childhood? I don't know, I think I've done this all my life. Ever since I was a little kid, I would get great comfort from looking at photos, old photos from my family, from my parents when they were kids and my grandparents and all this kind of stuff. Like I would get in a mood where I was feeling really nostalgic and really sentimental and tender-hearted, and I would gather all of the photos, all of the boxes of photos, photo albums, and just like get into bed or get cozy on the couch with the blankets, with the dogs and the cats around me, and just sit there and look at the photos for ages. And I really enjoyed that. I really love memory and I really love photographs, and yeah, it was just a really great comfort for me looking at photos. And I was in that mood again, and I don't have access to a lot of family photos where I live. I have to go back to mum and dad's for that, but I do have a box of some photos of like my teenhood and early 20s when I got into analog photography in a big way. And I also had, I didn't realize I had this, but I had a sleeve of photos of my childhood dogs and a couple of the cats, and I was really happy when I came across this and I was looking through it and I was like, I need to paint these. I just want to spend time with my animals again, and painting them felt like such a wonderful way to spend time with them again after so many years. The photos I chose aren't necessarily the most beautiful photos or the most perfect photos. They have strange compositions. They can be dark, they can be light. I just chose photos that made me feel good and were kind of interesting and would be fun to play with without being too perfectionist about it. Not that I'm that perfectionist as an artist anyway. I just wanted to pick photos that had freedom to be loose. Like I didn't have to rely on the photo to make something a little more accurate. So particularly the first one, the framing is strange. The dogs are in the top left corner and they're posing, and the like positioning of the camera is really weird. And I've always really liked this photo since I was a kid. I don't know what it is. Just the two puppies looking at the dirt together, adventuring around the backyard together. I have really nice memories of just being in the backyard and playing with the dogs in the backyard and making up my own games and running around with them and that sort of thing. Adventurers. So it kind of reminded me of that, and that was really nice. So I went into it with the mindset that I just want to like throw paint around. I just want to have a lot of fun. I want to be silly. I want to not worry too much about the colors or worry too much about like refining it too much. I just want it to be quick and fun and satisfying. And that's what I did. I really did have a lot of fun doing this, which is why I did a bunch more spreads after the first one. Because it was great. It was really great. I found myself tightening up a little bit as I went on. The first one was my favorite because I was so loose and free with it. I almost let my hand move faster than my brain moved. I don't know if that makes sense. Every time I say it, I don't know, but I would just like trust my intuition, I guess, to make decisions faster than I could rethink the decisions. So I played with a lot of layering, a lot of splodging down of color, and some carving and cutting in with some negative space, some negative shapes. Yeah, that's about it. I was really messy with the paint. I let it get muddy. I didn't really care. I just wanted to paint for the sake of painting and just have fun in my sketchbook. Ever since I started showing my sketchbooks online, I used to keep them very private. I used to keep them to myself because I felt like that's what they were, or what they are. They're very journalistic. They're very private, kind of little sanctuaries. So ever since I started posting about my sketchbooks online, I felt like I have become a little more detached from the subject matter inside my sketchbook. Not always, but a lot of the time. So that was another reason why I wanted to do something a bit more meaningful to me. And I mentioned before about how lovely it was to spend time with my old dogs again. Yeah, I got a bit misty-eyed. I got a little bit sad. I got a little bit nostalgic. I got just like a little bit heart fluttery about making these paintings because I hadn't really drawn or painted these childhood dogs from photographs before, and Cat, Jethro. Yeah, I don't know, it just felt really intimate and really lovely, and these are animals that really informed who I am and who I became. My love, my empathy, my interest in things, my interest in like discovering small details. One of my earliest memories is looking at our cat Scooter really closely, at all the little hair follicles and all the ways the whiskers came out of his skin and how that worked, and like the clusters of hair clumps rather than one hair at a time, like just discovering all these little things. And I think the animals really allowed me to do that. They were so good. They let us do so much to them as kids, like poking them, looking at their eyes, looking at their noses, patting them the wrong way, looking inside their ears and just playing. And it was just like such a nice way to be raised in a pack of dogs. Literally. Yeah, I had a lot of really nice memories pop up into my mind while I was painting these. So who are they? The white whippet and the little brown dog, which is a Basenji, are my childhood dogs, Annie, the whippet, and Buddy Boy, the Basenji. Really fun dogs. Annie was my first dog and my absolute best buddy. I had so much fun with her. And then Buddy Boy came along not long after we got Annie. Annie was a rescue. Buddy is a purebred Basenji. Hands up if you know a Basenji or have had a Basenji in your life, because they are chaos and hilarity all in one little package. They are so fun. So we had 3 Basenjis. We also had Zinzi and Tazu, who came a couple of years after we had Annie and Buddy, and it was the most fun ever. Also with 2 cats, Coco and Felix, who were Cornish Rex cats. Yeah, Annie and Buddy were a special duo. They were really fun. They were really, really fun. Such good buddies. Grew up together. We all grew up together. Me, Annie and Buddy, and my brothers. We all grew up together. So yeah, very cute, very cute. And the cat is Jethro, who is a Devon Rex who lived to a very old age. We had to sadly say goodbye to him only last year. So I think I would have been in my very, very early teens when we got Jethro and his sister Dusty. And Dusty is still with us. Dusty's amazing. She's still with us. And I never draw cats. I never paint cats. And I get endless requests to paint cats. And I don't know why I don't. I think I just enjoy greyhounds so much. I enjoy painting them. The shapes are really fun and really interesting. But I drew a cat, or I painted a cat, and that never happens. So I hope you're proud of me. I really, really liked this piece. And yeah, I miss Jethro a lot. Still pretty fresh. And yeah, it was just nice to sort of have a little piece of him in my sketchbook to look at whenever I wanted to. Such a smoochy, sweet, weird little gremlin. And the next spread again, Annie and Buddy. And the final piece is of Tazu. I didn't get any footage of me painting that one for you guys, but if you're a patron of mine, you'll be able to watch the replay of the live stream where I painted this piece in real time. It was a really nice, chill little live stream. I really enjoyed that. So if you're a patron, you can go back and watch that if you like. I just love the crinkle, crunchy sound of the paper as I turn the pages. It's, yeah, so satisfying. So satisfying. If you liked this chatty version, leave me a like, leave me a comment. Let me know what kind of childhood pets you had and why they were special to you. If you haven't seen it, go watch the hour-long ASMR ambient version of this video where you can listen to the pencil sounds and the paintbrush sounds. It's really nice if you're into that sort of thing. Highly recommend. And also a really big, huge, cuddly, cozy, comfort, tender-hearted hug and kiss and love to my patrons. I just adore you. Thank you so much for supporting me and allowing me to be an artist. That's it. Bottom line, thanks for letting me be an artist. Because if I wasn't an artist, I don't know. It would be something to do with animals, of course. Like I would be a dog chiropractor or a dog masseuse or something. I don't know. Just because I get to pat dogs all day. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you got inspired a little bit. I'll see you next time.